when there's Hove, my man. Speech. First of all, I want to thank my...
For my toast this week, shout out to Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. And so I was going to say toast to him because he said that the Mavericks were going to stop playing the national anthem at their basketball games. So just for clarity here, some people push back against that idea as being unpatriotic. The NBA ended up not letting them do it just because the NBA has, I guess, bylaws or whatever that states that they have to play the national anthem.
Oh, wait, really? They shut that down.
Don't they have a contract?
Remember, originally, that's why the players couldn't kneel at first, because it's in the thing, they have to stand.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know, like, you could...
You can't just not play
They have to let all 30 teams have to make that agreement. And the biggest reason I want to shout that out is because the national anthem has just become... It's nothing wrong with loving your country. That's fine. I get it. But I mean, like, it's such a polarizing thing, and it's just like, bruh, people judge so much off of that and how people like react to it that it's like, yeah, let's just take it out of sports. And the other thing about it is we're like one of the only countries that like plays the national anthem at every sporting event. It's really not necessary for like a domestic event.
Every time I watch soccer on Saturdays and stuff, they literally just come out of the tunnel and just start playing. Yeah. The only time they play national anthems is when they're playing international games or playing other countries. Yeah. Like, I understand why you would do it then, but like, yeah.
It makes no sense for a domestic event to play the national anthem. We're both from this country. Like, I mean, maybe you're playing the Raptors and you want to go to Toronto and you want to get your rocks off. Knock yourself out. But other than that, I never understood it. I mean, the older I got, I don't understand it. So shout out to him for trying to take that stand and just trying to do that. Doesn't mean that he doesn't like his country. Let's not try to put it on him like that. But it's like, he was trying to actually just put the focus on the sport rather than keep the patriotic, rather than make it an ongoing issue, which it kind of is. So yeah, shout out to him.
I remember I've gone to wrestling events in the past. They played the national anthem before then. Like, it's just so weird that we do that as a country. I don't know.
Well, I mean, his wife was a senator.
I mean, this was before then.
Oh, okay.
Like,
they're weird, bro. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, like, there were games when we played baseball in school where the national anthem was played. I definitely remember being in center field and having to take my hat off for that. So, yeah.
It was usually a thing for games. Yeah. I'm probably in left field.
I was probably late.
He was late. That's funny.
But nothing changed. Cool.
All right,
next. What do they give a toast next?
I can go. I want to give a toast to, hope I'm saying his name right, Shaka King, who produced the new movie that just dropped on HBO Max, and I think in theaters as well, Judas and the Black Messiah, a movie specifically about Fred Hampton, and also I think it shows the other perspective of the person who kind of worked with the FBI to kind of, I don't know, basically spy on Fred Hampton as well. Yeah, pretty much.
Get him assassinated, shoot.
I'm about to say, get him all that, man. Like, so I wanted to shout him out. I haven't seen the movie yet. It's definitely on my list to watch it. Full disclosure, movies like that, like the story. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the story of Fred Hampton, but it's a very like powerful story about a young guy who really was extremely vocal, very well spoken. And at 21 years old was assassinated. Like, and it, like we were talking about off mic, like. The FBI made, or like the people who they sent in made no efforts to kind of like make it seem like it was something else. They just came in
and sprayed it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad Shaka took it upon himself. I know we talked a few episodes ago about just kind of like these movies airing all the time and Black Pain, but I just think it's good. And this is all I was saying. Like, I think it's good that, especially when Black directors do it, when they kind of take the helm and put these stories out there. Fred Hampton is definitely not something that was taught in the 3 pages of history book, Black history book during our high school.
That's a little too radical. We're lucky if we get Malcolm X off.
I'm about to say, I don't even think we got Malcolm X. My first Malcolm X was Denzel. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm definitely glad they're telling this story, and hopefully, it's received well as well.
You know those 2 twin brothers, the twin comedians with the beards, light-skinned guys? They were in one of those movies. I think they were in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, yeah?
They're 2 twins. I can't describe them that well. They're 2 twins, light-skinned
21
guys.
Jump Street?
They're
Are they like MAGA dudes?
They're not MAGA, but that's what they're these 2 twin brothers. They usually do comedy. They look just alike. They have beards. I can't remember their names. They actually directed this movie.
Oh, they did?
So they produced and directed it, yeah. So, or they wrote and directed it. So it was actually really interesting because you literally just do comedy. I can't remember their names. They're brothers. They're Black, of course.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, but I just thought it was, dang, I'm sorry, I forgot the names. Anyway, I'm not trying to ruin your toe step on your feet. Sorry about that.
You did though. Sorry, nah, Shaka King's the director though, right? Shaka King's
you got me. I don't know.
Shaka
I don't know. I'm not saying, I mean, there's a lot of people that be on projects.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to him, man. Like I'm gonna definitely check that movie out if y'all aren't, at least if you're not familiar with the story. I think I saw the Black Panther documentary that was on Netflix a few years ago, but that talked about that. But like if you aren't familiar about the story, I think you should definitely,
even if we talk about
definitely
like
get
trauma
into it.
and all that other type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. That's not a story that's been told a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I just learned about that when I watched that doc.
I've read about it in the past, but like the only time I read about Fred Hampton was like in like rap lyrics or whatever. And
I just say
him up and like
your first introduction to Fred Hampton really may be when Jay-Z said, "I
robbed the day
Fred Hampton
died."
died." He changed that line in the new album, by the way. Baby Geekin, what's your toast this week, man?
Oh man, my toast, went back and forth. But I eventually settled on something that I just watched. What was it? Thursday. It was a special on New York Times for Britney Spears. At this time, you know what I'm saying, obviously Britney Spears, for some reason I forgot that she was so like popular and so
she was on top for a while, man.
You know what I'm saying? I know, like, you know what I'm saying, when we were, kids growing up, especially amongst the boy bands and that type of era. Mm-hmm. And it was like really, eye-opening just to see how sexualized or, how women were treated back then. And also from another angle, mental health. Like, if you guys don't remember, she had a mental breakdown from just being... Well,
was it before that?
From what I understood, I didn't see it as a breakdown. I just saw sometimes people just take things out on themselves, in terms of they just want to be free, or just have a show. You know what I mean?
Even the media, just like I said, the media was.
And
really
the paparazzi was, in the special, it just showed how they just followed her and how people were selling. You can get a shot of Britney Spears back then for $1 million. Think about that. A good shot of Britney Spears was costing.
I just remember there was always just a story on Britney Spears. I remember does she have breast implants? Yeah. Does she have a nipple ring? All the people were criticizing.
And then it went about her sexuality in terms of she was a virgin and if her and Justin Justin Timberlake, it was so unfair to her. But to say all that is that from the special I found out that she is in a conservatorship, which is pretty much illegal. What you usually use for elderly people who are not of sound mind to make decisions, but for some reason, that was appointed to her, by a judge. And
but she's not in control of it. She's not really in control of her. Isn't she she basically had a breakdown, right?
She did, but she's gotten better. You shouldn't be. At one point it was temporary, but now it's permanent by her father, who was never in her life.
Oh, I just thought she was just really in a bad place where she.
She got help. She got help, and then she. Got better, and she should be able to,
her dad's a piece of shit, though.
Yeah, it should never. It should. The reason I'm saying is it should never got to that point. And I'm really happy, and again, my toast goes to her that it's starting to get some traction in terms of her, getting her freedoms back. She's had a major case, win in terms of her father having to work with another agency to, on her finances. So that's a big blow to him. Okay. But what I'm saying, again, it just shows our I guess our what I want to say, the unfair bias that we had towards pop stars and stuff like that back then, and how we didn't understand women and the mental issues. We would just brush that under the rug in terms of people. Now we're more accepting of that and more understanding.
Right. Back then we just called it crazy and kept it.
Yeah, we just kept it moving.
People just dunking on it. It's like when people always say they root for people and then they want to tear them down. She's a perfect example because I remember she had that performance in 2006 or 7 at the VMAs and it just wasn't a good performance. And everybody was just dunking on her so hard. They were so excited because she had a bad performance. Mm-hmm. Looking back on it, and I'm pretty sure I did the same thing as a kid. Looking back on it,
it'd be worse.
They were really hard on her. They were real. I don't know if you get away. I don't know if you get away with doing that.
These days they're always
bashing somebody's performance.
You can bash somebody's performance, but these days I feel like you'll be able, kind of from what Aaron's saying, these days you'll be able to find a corner of acceptance somewhat, or somebody will try.
Well, because she had a problem, so people the thing was she had mental issues. She needed help, I guess was the point. But it's not she was just she's a great musician. She had great songs, great pop songs, great pop artists. And she just like had a lot of issues. Right? She shaved her head. She had a randomly married that one guy. She was just
Kevin
going through
Federline.
shit.
That wasn't right. I feel like that was.
No. Before
Kevin
Kevin
Federline.
Federline, no, she had a marriage that lasted like one day. She
Just
married
that
a
one.
random
seriously?
dude. Like,
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to him too. No,
No, Kevin Federline. I mean, she had kids with him.
Yeah.
They was the guy. But no, she just randomly
Kevin
married
Federline.
some dude.
Ultimate
Like,
come
you
on.
can Google that. Like it lasted like a day. Like she was like going through some shit.
Crazy.
So,
Shut up, Cole. What's your toast, man?
yeah. So I'm gonna give my toast on a more cheery note to just the GOAT, Thomas Brady. It's just like I mean, man.
It's rigged, man.
I love that, man. I guess because he don't play for Boston no more, I can actually just stand him now. I can never like a Boston. Anybody plays for Boston.
I can't lie. I like him a little bit better now that he's not on the Patriots. I can't lie.
I can't lie. That man is
I like him a
the
little
coolest
better.
dude, bro. This man out here tossing around the most iconic trophy in sports
Now, that was
across a boat. Cause like
He got
I
six
won
more to replace
it 7 times. If it goes in the
Right.
water,
I haven't-
who cares?
I just
Like,
see another one.
I can send you guys mine.
like literally just throwing it across the boat for fun, drunk as shit in the middle of Tampa Bay, just having a time. It's like at 43,
What is
bro.
it made of? Like that junk, I'm just saying, like it's been passed around, thrown around, like this shit.
I mean, sure.
We're
It's
not
like,
doing every year, don't we?
Huh?
Yeah,
That's
pretty
a
sure,
new
yeah.
one. It's not the same.
I know,
Yeah.
I know that. I'm just saying,
Oh,
like
how it lasts.
like everybody touching that junk.
I mean,
I
I feel like it's a pretty sturdy metal trophy.
Well, my thing is he just tossed it across the boat.
Now,
Now,
that
he
was
could have hit
reckless.
somebody in the face.
or fell into the
But
fucking water.
that's what I'm saying. Like Tom Brady's just like I got so many of these shits. Like
Right,
whatever,
right.
man.
He made
Like,
sure there was a receiver on the other boat.
bro, he's just
Tight
like, and he sat there and just. And again, Tampa Bay's defense obviously had a. I mean, they had a
I had
good
them on my
defense the
fantasy
entire
team.
game.
Tampa
They
Bay won
were
the Super Bowl, just in case you
fucking-
have any
Oh,
context. Tampa Bay's team won the Super Bowl.
I know. I would assume that people.
Hey man, you
Stupid,
never
you
know.
didn't know the Super
You
Bowl.
never want to assume.
I got it, but no. Tom Brady is a quarterback who started with the Patriots, and he's won 6. Anyway, Tom Brady is the goddamn GOAT, man. Like I love greatness. Whether it's him, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Michael Jordan, whether it's Alex Ovechkin, I just love great people, great players winning championships and having fun
Joey
afterwards.
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut, like
Great
he's a
eater.
competitive hot dog eater.
I like Tom and LeBron's like relationship, how they kind of feed on each other. Wash King, that type of shit. That should be killing me.
Tom Brady, like he's 43, man. He just looks like a dad. He's just like a drunk dad. He just looked like every drunk white guy that we go out.
Yeah, and the
club,
tailgates and all.
yeah.
I was at
Oh,
different
what's up,
places.
man? Like he just went
Green
that
Turtle,
Yeah, man.
What's up? If I don't do nothing on the ball, I was singing random rap lyrics to you because you're black.
Mini
But
man,
he like
motherfucker.
Yo, he had me dying. That was funny.
Tom Brady is the GOAT, and that shit was so cool. He kicked ass in the Super Bowl, and went and just had fun, and just salute to him, man. Because the thing is, like with greatness in sports, like you gotta enjoy it while it's there. Like he's not gonna be playing forever, so just enjoy it.
He didn't look like he
LeBron,
was gonna stop. I mean,
Like-
anytime soon either, bro.
just to give everybody their flowers while they can, and
Yeah.
I know people feel some type of way about Tom Brady about getting all of that, like the political stuff. Even though all I will say about that is just a quick Google search will help you out with your answer there, but. Tom Brady's a fucking GOAT, so shout out to him.
Damn, that's smooth.